Hello, and welcome to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, your host, and I'm here with my co-host, Julia. Today, we have a powerful topic that can change the way you speak English. Think less, speak more.
Yes, Jason. Many English learners struggle because they overthink before speaking. They worry about grammar, pronunciation, and making mistakes. But here's the truth. The more you think, the harder it gets to speak naturally.
Exactly. Have you ever had a great sentence in your head, but by the time you were ready to say it, the moment had passed? That's what overthinking does. It slows you down and stops you from speaking with confidence.
And that's why today's episode is so important. We'll help you break free from overthinking and give you practical techniques to speak English more fluently and confidently.
Yes, we'll discuss why overthinking is a problem, how to shift your mindset, and simple exercises to train your brain to speak freely. So, if you're ready to stop hesitating and start speaking more, stay with us till the end.
And don't forget, fluency is not about being perfect, it's about being understood. So let's dive into today's topic. Think less, speak more.
All right, Julia, let's get into it. Why do you think overthinking is such a big problem for English learners?
Great question, Jason. Overthinking creates a mental block. Instead of focusing on speaking, learners are busy analyzing their grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation. And guess what? While they're thinking, they miss the chance to speak.
That's so true. I've seen learners pause for too long because they're trying to make a perfect sentence. By the time they're ready, the conversation has moved on.
Exactly. This is called paralysis by analysis. The brain gets stuck in a loop. Is this correct? What if I make a mistake? Will they understand me? And that hesitation stops them from speaking naturally.
And the funny thing is, native speakers don't worry about these things. They just speak. Even if they make mistakes, they keep going.
Yes. Think about kids learning their first language. Do they stop and think about grammar rules? No, they just try. They make mistakes, and they improve over time.
That's a great example. So, would you say that perfectionism is the biggest reason learners overthink?
Absolutely. Many learners believe they must speak perfectly, but perfection is not the goal. Communication is. Even native speakers make grammar mistakes, but they're still understood.
So, what's the solution? How can learners break free from overthinking and start speaking more fluently?
It all starts with a mindset shift. Stop aiming for perfect sentences and start focusing on clear communication. Instead of worrying about small mistakes, just speak.
I love that. So instead of thinking, is my grammar perfect? Learners should think, can the other person understand me?
Exactly. And we'll talk more about this mindset shift in the next section. But first, I want to ask our listeners, have you ever hesitated too much before speaking English? If yes, you're not alone. Stay with us because we'll show you how to fix this problem.
All right, Julia. Now that we know overthinking stops people from speaking fluently, let's talk about the solution. How can learners shift their mindset?
Great question, Jason. The key is to focus on communication, not perfection. Many learners think they need to speak without any mistakes, but that's not true. The real goal is to make sure the other person understands you.
That makes so much sense. I mean, even native speakers make mistakes all the time. They forget words, change sentences halfway through, and use incorrect grammar sometimes. But no one notices because the focus is on the message.
Exactly. Let me ask you this. Have you ever talked to someone with a strong accent or who made grammar mistakes, but you still understood them?
Of course. I've spoken to many people whose grammar wasn't perfect, but their meaning was clear. That's all that matters.
Yes, and that's the mindset shift learners need to make. Stop worrying about small mistakes and start focusing on expressing your ideas. If people understand you, you're successful.
I love that. So instead of thinking, I must say this perfectly, learners should think, I just need to make sure they understand me.
Exactly. Here's another great tip: think in English instead of translating from your native language. When you translate, you slow down because you're trying to find the perfect words. But if you think in English, your speech flows naturally.
That's a powerful tip. So, what's one small action a learner can take today to start shifting their mindset?
Here's a simple exercise next time you speak English. Focus only on getting your message across, not on speaking perfectly. If you forget a word, use another one. If you make a grammar mistake, keep going. Just communicate.
I love that challenge. Listeners, try it today. Speak without worrying about mistakes, and let us know how it feels.
Yes, and up next, we'll give you some practical techniques to help you speak more and think less. Stay with us.
Now that we've talked about shifting your mindset from perfection to communication, let's get into some practical techniques. Julia, what's the first tip for speaking more and thinking less?
Great question, Jason. The first technique is called the 1-second rule. When someone asks you a question in English, don't wait too long. Give yourself just 1 second and start speaking.
I love that. Many learners pause for a long time, trying to form the perfect sentence. But this rule forces them to just go for it.
Exactly. Even if you don't know the perfect words, say something. Your brain will catch up as you speak.
That's a great tip. What's another technique?
Another great method is shadowing. This means listening to native speakers and repeating immediately. It helps train your brain to think in English without translating.
That's a powerful one. So, learners can listen to English podcasts, YouTube videos, or audiobooks and repeat after the speaker, right?
Exactly. And the goal is not to repeat perfectly, it's to train your brain to respond quickly in English. This reduces hesitation.
Awesome! Here's another tip: use simple sentences. Many learners try to use advanced vocabulary or complex grammar, but that just slows them down.
Yes, speak like native speakers, short and clear sentences. Instead of thinking, I must construct a perfect sentence, just say what's in your mind in the easiest way possible.
Right! And here's one of my favorites: practice thinking in English. If you always translate from your native language, your brain works twice as hard. But if you start thinking in English, you'll speak faster and more naturally.
That's such a good habit. A simple way to start is by describing what you see around you in English, even in your mind. For example, I am drinking coffee, or the weather is sunny today.
That's a great daily practice. Okay, another technique is storytelling. Instead of answering with just yes or no, try to say a little more. It forces your brain to keep speaking.
Good one! For example, if someone asks, did you have a good weekend? Instead of just saying yes, say, yes, I went to the park and relaxed. This keeps the conversation going.
Exactly. And here's one more tip: speak first, fix later. Many learners want to correct themselves while speaking, but that slows them down. Instead, finish your sentence and then adjust if necessary.
Yes. Don't stop yourself halfway to fix a mistake. Just finish what you're saying and, if needed, correct it afterward. The goal is fluency, not perfection.
Wow! These techniques are super practical. Let's do a quick recap. Use the 1-second rule. Practice shadowing. Speak in simple sentences. Think in English. Tell stories. And speak first. Fix later.
Yes, and if you practice even one of these daily, you'll see a big improvement in your fluency. Now let's talk about how to build confidence while speaking.
Now that we've shared practical techniques to help our listeners speak more and think less, let's talk about something really important: fear. Julia, why do you think fear is such a big problem for English learners?
Fear is one of the biggest reasons people hesitate to speak. Many learners are afraid of making mistakes, being judged, or sounding silly. But the truth is, fear holds you back more than mistakes do.
That's a great point. I always tell learners mistakes don't stop you from improving. Fear does. If you let fear control you, you'll never practice. And without practice, you won't improve.
Exactly. And here's something interesting: most native speakers don't care if you make mistakes. They're just happy that you're speaking their language.
That's so true. Think about when someone speaks your language as a second language. Do you judge them for small mistakes? Or are you just happy to understand them?
Exactly. So here's a mindset shift: instead of fearing mistakes, embrace them. Mistakes mean you're learning. Every time you make a mistake, you're growing.
I love that. So what's one way learners can start overcoming their fear of speaking?
One of the best ways is to put yourself in more speaking situations. The more you speak, the more comfortable you become. Start with small conversations. Order food in English, talk to a friend, or even practice alone.
That's a great tip. Another thing I tell learners is to laugh at their mistakes. Instead of feeling embarrassed, just smile and keep going.
Yes, if you can laugh at your mistakes, you'll feel more relaxed, and when you're relaxed, your fluency improves.
So, to all our listeners, don't let fear stop you. Speak, make mistakes, laugh, and keep going. The more you speak without fear, the faster you'll become fluent.
Absolutely. And up next, we'll give you some daily habits to help you think less and speak more. Stay with us.
Now that we've talked about overcoming fear, let's get into some practical exercises that will help our listeners train their brains to speak more freely. Julia, what's the first exercise?
The first one is called the 1-minute talk exercise. Here's how it works. Pick a random topic, set a timer for 1 minute, and speak about it without stopping.
Oh, I love that. And what if learners don't know what to say?
That's totally fine. If you get stuck, just describe anything related to the topic or repeat a sentence in a different way. The goal is to keep speaking without overthinking.
That's great practice. Okay, what's the next exercise?
The second one is question and answer reflex. Find a list of common questions in English and answer them as quickly as possible without thinking too much.
Nice! So, for example, if the question is, "What's your favorite food?" Instead of hesitating, just say the first thing that comes to mind, right?
Exactly. It trains your brain to respond faster and speak without fear.
Awesome! What's another easy exercise?
This one is fun. It's called Describe Your Day in 5 Sentences. Every night, try to describe your day in just 5 simple sentences. For example, I woke up at 7 a.m. I had coffee. I went to work. I met my friend. I watched a movie.
That's a great way to build a daily English speaking habit. And it forces you to think in English, which is the key.
Exactly. Another exercise is talk to yourself. Just say your thoughts out loud, like I'm making coffee or I need to go to the store. It's like practicing English in your daily life.
That's a powerful one. And here's another record yourself speaking. Pick a topic, record a short audio, and listen to it. This helps you hear your mistakes and build confidence.
Yes, and don't worry about mistakes. Just focus on speaking freely. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
These exercises are so simple but super effective. Let's quickly recap. Do a 1-minute talk, practice question and answer reflex. Try describing your day in 5 sentences. Talk to yourself and record yourself speaking.
Yes, try any of these today, and you'll see a big improvement in your fluency. And up next, we'll share our final thoughts on how to keep practicing daily.
Wow, Julia! We've covered so much today: why overthinking stops fluency, the mindset shift to focus on communication, practical techniques, the power of speaking without fear, and even simple exercises to train the brain. It's been an incredible discussion.
Absolutely, Jason. And to all our listeners, remember you don't need perfect grammar or a big vocabulary to speak English fluently. You just need confidence and practice. The more you speak, the better you get.
Yes, fluency is not about knowing all the words. It's about using what you know without hesitation. So, don't wait for the perfect moment. Start speaking today.
And don't let fear hold you back. Every mistake is a step forward, so embrace them, laugh at them, and keep going.
Exactly. So here's your challenge. Pick one of the exercises we shared today and try it right now. Whether it's the 1-minute talk, question and answer reflex, or talking to yourself, just start speaking.
And if you found this podcast helpful, make sure to subscribe, like, and share it with your friends who are also learning English. Let's help more people speak with confidence.
Yes! And let us know in the comments, what's your biggest challenge when speaking English? We'd love to hear from you.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us today. And remember, think less, speak more. See you next time.
See you in the next episode. Keep practicing and happy learning.